going crazy.
When you need a case cracked, who you gonna call? Astro crime unit put you on a pedestal. Investigating through astrological facts. You'll be time in the place, you got your back. Psychologically breaking down all the elements. Cash your records, looking to the stars for intelligence. We got a team with a back, so we're puffing out our chest. We giving facts, we ain't settling for less. And you can count on closure, cause every day the conclusion getting closer and closer. I supposed to. That's why you need a color crime unit. Astro crime unit. Unsolved murder case, we'll do it. We just wanna plead your case, guarantee we'll hide your face. We just wanna make your day and we'll do it. Astro crime unit. Unsolved murder case, we'll do it. We just wanna plead your case, guarantee we'll hide your face. We just wanna make your day and we'll do it.
What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? How you doing? All right. I mean, be happy you guys waited so long. Listen, we're doing Ask Astro. That's what we're doing today. Where's my chat? Let me make sure I get this chat so I can be able to see everybody talking. All right. Okay. All right. We got the chats aligned. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's good. So we're taking on some Ask Astro questions. Yesterday we did a premiere of our, so y'all can be able to see exactly what it is that we are doing with the Astro Crime Unit. Just to give you a little taste of what's going on. That would be one of the very few thing that we do. Lives. We won't be doing lives. That was just for you guys to see. You know, who's with us. You know, just cheer them on. Because they're doing a fantastic job. You feel me? So, that's what I say. You know, just be nice. And for those who are on Facebook, if you're watching, you can come on YouTube. Say a shout out. Say something. So you can see that you're here. I can see all the comments. I'll just say hey, everyone. Let me see if it's going to be up there. Oh, so it did send it. Send it to YouTube. All right. Hey, that's how this thing goes. I don't know if I could be able to see my Facebook comments or my YouTube. Either which way. We're taking on 3 questions for $20. Whatever 3 questions you may have. That's right. I'm here for it. And it doesn't matter the kind of difficulty the question. Astrology has a way of answering all questions. I think y'all take that lightly. Some people think it's just mumbo jumbo. It's just something to sell. It's just me talking out of my ears. No, it's not. As a matter of fact, I don't know nothing that is not under the rules and regulations of the universe. Planetary alignment. Every single thing that you're connected to. Your days, your months. You know, even though you go down some streets and it just, some of your names are connected to months. To planets, astrology, even mythology. So we're subject because we're in a simulation. This is not a real place. Earth is not a real place. It was created in your mind. And when I say your mind, I mean in the mind of the collective you. Not this small version of the ego, of the character that is encapsulated in a physical body. It's only a portion of who you are. All right. Kitty Richards to say hello. Where should we send our questions? The messenger? Yes. Send your questions to messenger. Also send a screenshot of your $20 transaction. What I will do is I'm gonna call you. Nobody's gonna, they're gonna, even if you're so, nobody's gonna see you. They're just gonna hear your lovely voice. They're gonna hear you talk. And that's pretty good, you know. People like to hear people talk sometimes when it doesn't annoy them. Because some people could be very annoying. I I haven't met a lot of annoying people, but I have met one or two before in my past, and they come up as being very super annoying. But I love them anyway, and show love regardless. Yes, it's that time of day, and we're gonna have a little bit of funny commentary. So don't take no offense to it. We just gonna talk some shit. That's right. We're gonna talk some. We gonna have some fun. So I'm gonna check if you send in the cash app and the question. I'm just gonna check my messenger right now. All right. Okay. We just I guess got some good news. Some excellent news this time. Sounds great to me. All right. Also, I'm taking on one free question if you're the first person to come in my inbox. Mhm. Just let me know, and I will choose out of those persons who will be the person I'll read for. I know it's the afternoon. A lot of people don't have their notifications on, and if I don't, I noticed something about Facebook and YouTube. If you don't adhere to their rules, they put you on a sort of a unview list. Very unfair. Very unfair. Out of all the subscribers you may have, you get about the notification goes to about maybe 1% of your subscribers. And I think that's very unfair to the point where sometimes I'd be like, this app don't make no sense. This they just be blacklisting people. That's just how it goes. But either which way, we still press on, we still push on. All right, so now that you've paid complete, what I need for you to do is just send your message with your send a message to Leslie Tametryo Brown on Facebook, and then we'll go from there. All right, then we'll go from there. Yeah. That's what YouTube has been doing. Either which way, my YouTube people still don't come off of YouTube. All right. Okay, I see two people, three persons. Send your questions. While you're sending your questions, let's have a conversation. Yesterday, I got hit with some questions about what do I think of the Astro unit when it comes to what we're doing, uh, solving questions, I mean, solving crimes and what have you. If we target it, and I was like, we're just a bunch of weird people doing weird things, giving weird information. Shouldn't bother nobody. All right. Come on, y'all. Let's go. So I see the mess. I see the Kershaw. I want to now see your messages. Okay. All right. I'm looking. I don't see it. Do not send it on the live. Oh, Spirit wants to say that's a donation. That's really sweet of you. You know. Tisha Watson said, send payments but want it off air. No, see, that's the reason why it's so cheap, is because it's on air. If you're looking to book off air, it's, if you want a short session, it's 30 minutes for $50. It isn't that cheap so you could be private. It's cheap so that we could do it on air. So if you're looking to do a session, like, yeah, it's cheap for a reason. This isn't off air price. This is on air price. Just want you to know. That's why it's so affordable. Not so that you can all right. Yeah, okay. Okay, Tisha Watson. All right, just send a difference and then we'll just do a session. Um, After the live, you can get your questions answered. For sure. Yeah, yeah. So that's how it goes. So that's how it goes. So that's how it goes. Damn, damn. Now I'm getting feedback. I'm getting feedback. I'm getting feedback. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can you hear the echo? 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 Jeez. We just was talking about. 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 Testing. 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 What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Testing. 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 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, good. Now we don't have that problem anymore. All right. So let's get back to it. Yeah, so the echo is gone. I'm looking for the people who actually send the cash app. All right. So yeah, so nice. I'm gonna just send it a nice Spirit Moon. I love you. You are such an amazing soul. You know. All right. So I'm gonna take on this one particular um, price for free. If you're here on live, just let me know. I just don't like how Facebook and YouTube, they're so discriminative. It's almost as if they just, if you're not a rule, if you don't follow their rules, and you get some whoop ass. That's what they do to you. They just whoop your butt. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about, since, and until y'all send y'all messages, because I'm double checking and I don't see any messages at all. Oh, so everybody wants to be offline. All right, that's fine. I'm cool with it. You want your privacy. I get it. It's excellent. It's okay. So as I was asked a question, so Astro, how are you to locate the perpetrators? Okay. I was asked, how are you gonna locate the perpetrators, like on location? And I explained this to two of my astrologers about how you can locate somebody based upon their chart. Okay. All right. And the astrology that is connected to that is called local space astrology. Local space astrology. It's where, if you look at the sky, the planets where they're at, up in the air like this, how they are situated. It's exactly. What you do is, instead of looking like this, you place them around the horizon, straight around the earth, and the direction of those planets gives also direction. It's like the astrological feng shui. You see, with the feng shui of you is different than other persons because your chart is totally different. You are so much in a simulation that even the direction that you go in, where you walk, the way you drive, even to the place where you situate your bedroom, is subject to astrology. That's right. I said it is subject to astrology. And with local space astrology, it uses we consider a compass. All right. And this compass, oh, I see the questions. 1 second. And this compass is what helps us to understand exactly the direction it's in. And the compass is called the azimuth compass. Azimuth. And it points in the direction of certain planetary influences that's based upon you, your chart, nobody else's. And upon a person dying, the spot that they died, where they died, you can create a local space chart and point in the direction. All right. Now, if this person was drowned by somebody, was murdered by somebody, it's according to how that person is, if they're missing, we could follow certain planets that actually rule those keywords. And if you follow the local line, it would literally point in the direction. Believe it or not, even the block that you're living in, going in a certain direction to work, may be more favorable than going in another direction because of the local space astrology chart. And I know it sounds crazy because most people don't talk about it. There aren't a lot of it's called locality astrology, and it goes in connection with relocation astrology, but it's a little bit more detailed. It can even detail how you put the fixtures in your home. It could detail where you should park your car so it may not be subject to being stolen or broken into. I know you'll be like, but what if I live in a ghetto? Everybody car get broken up around that time. Maybe all of them are in the position in a line crossing. Maybe the place itself is in a crossing of Neptune and Mars where people just steal, or Mercury and Neptune. Is it going to the area which you need a local spacing chart and a relocation chart to look at the Paran lines. Take a look at these how you're situated in the neighborhood you're living in. A lot of people just move, and I get it. We're walking blind. It's fine. There are not a lot of people before you probably met me that you ever heard about these things. It's because there are a lot of, like I said before, and I don't mean to knock on people who are learning astrology from um, TikTok or YouTube. I think it's beautiful because you're learning from me on YouTube as well. It's only and there's so many areas of astrology that you can either specialize or you can broaden. I teach a little bit of both. However, my specialty is particular things, as you see. Um, so relocation astrology, um, local space astrology, all very much so important. All right, let's take a look at one of the persons that wants their reading to be done. All right, Miss Kitty, I'm calling you. So everybody's gonna hear you, okay? Just want you to know. Testing, testing. What did you say?
Hi,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Yeah, I had a my a call like soon as I joined the live. I had a call that come in, so I couldn't really hear anything.
That's fine. I understand. If
But
you
I'm back on now, so I can hear.
all right now, I think uh I'm gonna need your information. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So these are questions based off the birth chart information.
So what? Yeah. So yeah. Oh wait, wait, wait. You wanted you? What kind of questions you got?
I was just wondering what kind of questions to ask. Period. Because like I said, I never been on this live on this one. I
Okay.
had the birth chart reading, but I
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
Right. Exactly. Well, let me cancel this. Let me see if your chart is sitting inside here. I was trying to figure out what name did you use for your reading?
Yeah, so it should be under Andrea Richardson.
Say it again.
Andrea Richardson.
Okay, let me see if I can find that.
Yeah, that's good. You keep all your, well, not all of them, but that's good. You keep, you store it for a while.
Yeah, but what happened is sometimes these uh these charts they just go missing. You know.
Right.
All right, so just curiosity. I got it now. I found it. I found your chart. Whew. Okay.
Okay. So it's 5/16/88.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, great.
Your birthday's coming up. What you gonna do? What you gonna do for your birthday? Who?
You know what? I really wish to be traveling.
Okay.
That's a good question. Is that anywhere in there soon?
Well, you ultimately answer the question of that. You get to choose exactly. 'Cause I feel like you're free will. Everybody got free will to make their choices and what have you. So,
Right.
yeah. So I don't think that's like something that is not. There's no possibility of it. I feel that there is. You know.
Yeah, I do too. I totally do. Um, let me see. I can't think of anything specifically. Maybe, did anything that kind of stand out to you
Okay.
that, yeah.
All right. So I'm looking at your progress chart. I won't look at your natal. I look at your progress chart because it tells you about now. I'm also gonna draw up. Let me see if I could draw up your solar arc direction. Maybe your ascended arc at one point. I'm not gonna draw that up right now, but we're gonna take a look at it.
Okay.
Okay. So we got a little bit of what's going on here. So your north node inside your. I'm looking at your solar arc direction. All right, that chart.
Okay.
And wait, let me just put it on the screen so you can be able to take a look because people only see what I'm looking at. So give me a second.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. So we're looking at your solar arc directions chart. Okay, and what I'm seeing here, this solar arc normally tells you about events that are possible to take place. It's almost scarily and eerily accurate. Okay, scarily and
Okay.
eerily accurate. All
What
right.
type of event? Sorry.
So according to this chart, there's a few things I see. Um, I see your north node is in your ninth house and it's conjunct your series. The ninth house represents your philosophy, your spirituality, the way that you see God or consciousness. It also represents your, how should I put it, your travel, your need for travel, foreign places, foreign cultures, foreign countries. And the North Node normally represents fated events or what you're supposed to be experiencing at this point in time. And according to this, you're supposed to be experiencing a self discovery of yourself. So that's an area that physical that can still be considered physical, but also a travel or traveling to a specific distance. The reason why I said is because the ruler of this house is sitting in that house. That's normally indication of traveling to a specific area. So you say you wish you would be traveling. It's showing that that's actually something that should be done. Your Ceres or series, like people like to can call right here, is
Yeah.
is in 25 degrees in the ninth house in the sign of Aries. And it's also conjunct Eros, which means that you're very passionate towards it or experiencing it. It's a series normally represents your, the way you love on yourself. It's like your love language. It's the way you nurture yourself. And according to this, that is needed. You're saying you wish you should be. The chart is saying that you should be making it happen. Or you're going to feel a sense of emptiness, like there's something missing. And because it's sitting inside your ninth house, that represents a spiritual journey, a spiritual experience that is to happen uh, on your travel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I also see that your Pluto sitting inside your fifth house of children, of romantic relationships, and also speculation and gambling. And it also represents your talents and skills as well. And just out of curiosity, how much kids you say you got?
One daughter. One daughter.
One daughter. Have you ever been
Yes.
pregnant after your daughter?
Yes.
And you've experienced what happened?
Yeah, the pregnancy didn't go through. It was like
If you really look at
around.
if you look at your chart, you have in your fifth house the planet of death, which is Pluto. It rules sex, death, and regeneration. Normally, indication of either an abortion or a miscarriage. That's normally whenever that is sitting in your sixth house. Now, I would say if I was you, I know that people like to say time is winding down, but your ascendant is in 28 degrees. That means in the next 2 years, your ascendant will be in Virgo, which will put you in a more stronger position of experiencing a baby or a child.
Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
you could experience just, or if you do have a child, that Pluto sitting there can make that child be very much a very powerful child, or it'll impact you in a way that it will be controlling your life.
Mm.
Also, this is very scary.
Oh,
So if I was you, I'll wait.
all right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you said at least 2 years, although I'll be a lot older.
Yeah, you'd be a lot older, but it would make it, what they say, geriatric pregnancy. Some of them come out. I see some of the white people children becoming okay. They just have a lot of a lot of symptoms growing up, but it's still showing that you could either be risking your life trying to give childbirth if you don't wait for 2 years.
Okay.
Which one you rather? You rather try or you rather wait?
Yeah, definitely wait. Okay. Um,
I know a lot of people who wish they'd taken my
you
advice.
spoke of that.
Huh?
Well, not that specifically, but you did say based on the chart that you did that it was not a good time. I think burdensome was the word. But
Yes,
I'm glad you gave me a little bit more detail in that area, so I would know exactly what that means. You know.
right. Also, how's the relationship with you and your family?
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, everybody's kind of, doing their own thing as far as my immediate family. Um,
Yes.
I have some people that are kind of in punishment right now, but for the most part, I
Who
think
who's
it's
in
fair.
who's in punishment?
I have two cousins that I kind of, fell off with.
Okay, I understand. Well, there's the reason why I asked you that is because wait, is your father still alive?
Yes,
How's the relationship with you and your father?
it's good. We talk quite often. My father, he lives Kentucky, so we don't get to see each other as much, but we have a good relationship.
What about your relationship with you and your mom?
That's always been, healthy. We have our little upset moments, but for the most part, we have a healthy relationship. We talk two, three times a day most of the time.
Okay. Reason why I asked that too. Also, I noticed that you have Juno in the 12th house, and it's actually conjunct your sun, which normally represents the father. And Juno is the planet that rules diplomacy. It represents, being fair. It also represents partner. Okay. And it's conjunct your sun and also conjunct your moon, which means that at this point in time, there could be, you know, the connection with your mom and your dad. However, because it's sitting in the 12th house of hidden things and also the house that rules hidden enemies, there could be some sort of either between you, some hidden resentment, or from them, something that they may be not even knowing that they're sabotaging you in some way, form, or fashion. And the,
Mm,
and you may not know it, or may not even know it. It's really subconscious, to tell you the truth. That's just to take in mind that you're gonna probably tell me about it maybe months, even a year from now. But it normally
okay.
reveals at some point in the life. Also, Mercury represents the siblings, also cousins are connected to Mercury, and your Mercury is sitting here in the 12th house as well. Clear indication that it could be a sibling, cousins. This normally represents that. The 12th house also represents the uncles as well, uncles and aunties as well. So there's also an indication of that as well. Um, that's what I see. I see Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus is sitting inside your seventh house, and that normally indication of non-traditional relationship. Also, Neptune being in the seventh house normally represents, you know, being having idealism in the way your relationship should be, and then Saturn being there normally represents because Saturn is actually comfortable in the seventh house, but it's in a sign that likes to rebel. It's in Aquarius, which means that you normally would your relationship with your partner may also put a stench on your friends and social network, which means that you be more focused on being around or in the home than being around people, according to this. Another
Mm,
another thing that could show up with Saturn being the ruler of your sixth house in conjunct Uranus, sudden knee teeth fallout, meaning your knee problems, or also because Uranus rules the blood circulation, and it can also represent like you know a sudden loss of iron or iron deficiency as well because it's conjunct your Saturn and Neptune. Being in like I said, in the seventh house, it could be some lies or deceptions that's going on between you and your partner. It could be them not being completely honest, hiding some things that may be revealed later on.
okay. So that's vice versa, or just on their part.
Yes, it could be either or. Uh,
Oh, wow, wow.
and what are you doing for like? What do you do for a living now?
I'm a case manager, so I have a caseload of people people that I work with that are have mental and behavior issues.
Mm.
Sort of like, yeah, in that area. I'm in the community, a lot. I work from home. I'm in the office. Just,
Okay.
yeah. So just working with people and helping them, obtain resources and mental treatment that they may need, therapeutic options, stuff like that.
Okay. I like teaching moments, so this is a moment I'm gonna teach a little bit. So MC in your chart normally represents the career path or how you're gonna be known or in the world at a point in time. And in your solar arc direction, you have your MC is in Taurus. All right. Now, Taurus, whenever this is sitting inside the sign of Taurus, this normally represents career paths that actually pay okay money. It's according to what the sign that the Venus is sitting in. And your Venus is sitting in the sign of Leo that rules rulership, right? It rules, Leo rules the king of the jungle. You said you manage. Management is also a key word of Leo. And sitting in the first house just means that you lead, because the first house represents lead. And it's actually conjunct Chiron, which represents healing or healer or karmic ties, karmic death, being the one that helps to heal certain people. So I know that the more that you put yourself out there, well, first and foremost, your Vesta is in Virgo, right? That means that the more that you are of service or put yourself in a position of service, the more money you're going to make. Chiron is the co ruler of Virgo. And because it's conjunct your Venus, the more you push yourself out there, the more that you share and show what you do, there's a possibility because it's opposite to Uranus that you could get partnership in some sort of nonprofit organization.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's funny you say that because that's definitely an ultimate goal of mine. I just definitely want to get to a point where I can just kind of focus on those things, like investing more into myself, serving a community on different levels of ways that I've kind of accumulated over the time of working in this field. So that's cool.
Hmm. That's what I see. So that's it.
Wow, good.
Any more questions that you may? Just one more. If you, well, I think I spilled a lot with that for sure. So with
Yeah, you did. You really did.
even though you may not, you may.
Or things to come, you know, traveling.
I do see
Yeah.
travel. I told you that before. You have Ceres, so and so, and I also see Eros is there, and Eros and Mars is there. It shows travel for some form of sexual encounter with a male counterpart. Eros
Are you
is
serious?
you get Mars in the in the ninth house, and then Eros is there. I'm literally looking at it, and it's conjunct your Ceres actually, or Ceres. People like to pronounce it, which means that this is sort of a love language. You sort of need this experience of action in order for you to feel a sense of self love. It's sort of like a I'm doing this for me sort of thing. And even though the person may be enjoying it, it's actually you who's going to be enjoying it more. It's not for them.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to tap into that. Um, yeah, because I'm ready to kind of bring in a lot of different. I want to tap into more of my healing and how to kind of activate that when you know on demand. I know it's something that's naturally in me. I have experiences that I have completely healed people just by doing my own thing. Um, but I kind of want to harness that energy and kind of tap into it a little bit more. I think you can help me do that. So,
Me? Okay.
yeah, yeah, I think you'd be great in
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I greatly appreciate it. Anything else?
And that's it, because I got other people to wait for. All right. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I thank you. And just have a great day.
You too. Thank you. All right. Bye. La, 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 la. Hey, y'all. Back at it. All right. So, as you can see, these charts be super duper accurate. It's crazy. Hold on a second. Oh, no. But, you may have to go. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Hello? Who's next? Let me see. I see somebody said, so look in the description. I put in the description on what is need to be done. Um, if you want to get your questions answered. And Teacher Watkins, make sure you message me. Because I don't see your message. Okay. Impressed by your choice of chart analysis. Bravo. Ashima. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. How does it work? I just have one question about relationship. Do I call you or will you be able to take it on here? So if you're on Instagram, you could message me on Instagram. My Instagram is Astroeinstein Quantum Healer, and I'll just chat with you from there. If you're on Facebook, my my messenger is Leslie Tametryo Brown. That's Leslie space Tametryo Brown. All right, and then I'll get to you from there. So we could do it like that for sure. And let me check my Instagram because I should have been checking my Instagram because there's a few people who messaged me there and I never saw it. Okay. All right. There's nobody there. Nobody there. So let's finish talk. Let's talk about some astrology stuff whilst we wait on this person to choose me to do their reading because I got a lot of people who said not a lot, but 4 people. Y'all just so nice to me. Y'all be making me feel like I don't know. I just feel lucky to have you guys even inside my life. That's what I truly feel. Right. So yeah. All right. So any questions pertaining to what you would want to know? Like I'm sure there are experiences that you've experienced before that I may even have the answers to. You never know. I'm just here for that. Another thing I was talking about um, is when it comes to astrology. Every single thing could be answered through it. Everything. Ashima said, but I follow some North style chart. Haven't really explored this style. I totally understand. You know, the way that I do astrology is really, how should I put it? Experiential. It's very experiential. I like to look at things from an experiential point of view. And since I've done so many charts, since I've done so many regressions, since with the people that I did regressions with, I also have their charts, I'm able to map out things. When I say regression, I mean past life regressions, quantum healing, and I'm able to map out certain past life experiences and equate them and just relate them to the chart with almost precision accuracy. It's one of the most, I mean, this is why I could be able to talk with confidence. There's the reason why I could do charts and be like, this is what's going to happen, that is what's going to happen. It's more experiential as opposed to what I've been taught. Now, there are some things that crosses over from what I've been taught in astrology school. If you didn't know, my school of astrology is located in London. It's called the Faculties of Astrology. If you want to learn the basics of astrology, they teach you from that long distance. But I would say that my school is much more profound. My astrologers, the people I call, I own them now. They are my part of me. And I would say that they are amazing. Sometimes they give answers to things that they didn't even know that they were giving answers to. And I sit there and I'd be like, well, okay, all right. I just watch them and I'd be like, these, my students are evolving. They're evolving. They're just smart as hell. And it's two of them, well, two of them. And even if you're learning from me from social media, I consider you my student. You're my student. You're a part of me. You've been following and you've been learning astrology through my posts or my videos. And God damn it, yeah, you're a part of me. What was the question? So you can help me read my charts so that I am able to explore and comprehend your method. I trust you are great at what you do. You have positive vibes. Oh, thank you. I truly appreciate that. You know, people say they have positive vibes when you meet me. I'm very laid back. I'm a chill kind of person until you push me. And not much people get to push my buttons like that because I already know all my karmic relationships, my karmic connections. I know the ones that are have to experience the karma and release it, and we still carry on. I know the ones that need to experience the karma and then release it and still carry on with that, meaning we have a purpose. We all come into this lifetime in karmic relationships. It's very hard to distinguish them first because most of the times the karma has to do with yourself, not them doing something to you. Them doing something to you is a reactionary experience, meaning that there's a possibility that you might have done something to them in a previous lifetime. And now you wanted to feel the opposite end of that stick. And now you are facing the wrath of your own actions. That's right. A lot of people don't know it, but when you are experiencing a karmic experience with a partner, you are experiencing the wrath of your own emotions, actions behind your emotions. If you're doing something to somebody and you feel anger, you are going to experience that in the next lifetime. If you're doing it to somebody and you feel revenge and animosity, well, by damn, you are going to experience the revenge and animosity of somebody else. You are not a victim. You're not a victim. So I'm sorry if I don't feel sadness. I know some people say I could call you be, to have apathy or no sense of feelings or emotions, but I do have feelings and emotions. It's just the fact that, yeah, it's just the fact that I understand life. And whatever you've done in a previous lifetime, you are now experiencing it now. Some of y'all be on Facebook spinning out all your beans, all your business. All you do is tell me that you've done that to somebody in a previous lifetime. And you've done it with a sense of anger, animosity, resentment, sadness, guilt, frustration, one of those lower vibrational stuff that causes you to incarnate here. Not the action itself. You are not a victim. Stop being a victim. Y'all ain't gonna like this. This is very unpopular. This is unpopular, not just an opinion of mine, but also based upon doing these regressions. You've been touched before in a previous in this lifetime. You've been molested. It's a strong possibility that you've done it to somebody. You were not always a female in previous lifetimes. There were at one point that you were a male. That's right. All of your lifetimes doesn't mean that you were the same sex. That's what people don't understand. Is that you were not always just a female in all your lifetimes. Come on now. How is the law of balance supposed to be, or the law of gender supposed to experience, if you were always a woman in all lifetimes? No. There were periods in life when men were very barbarous. They would kill, pillage villages, kill all the men, rape the women, and keep the children as slaves. Who is to say that at one point you were not a male doing that exact same shit? And now you're experiencing the wrath of your own actions from previous lifetime. You are not a victim. You get mad all you want. You are not a victim. People be like, yeah, but he did this to me. I want you to sit deep down inside yourself. And some of y'all gonna be upset. I agree. I don't give a flying F. I think I've coddled you a little too much. I think I've skated around this conversation a little too long. Now it's time for you to hear right here, from here. You are not a victim. You've been a victim. You're probably a victim in this lifetime, but you were the exact same person doing that exact same thing to somebody else. And guess what causes you to loop yourself in a next lifetime or a next experience? That's right, you staying inside your victimhood. You staying in your victimhood causes you to be looped into a next lifetime. Another lifetime experiencing the exact same thing. A perpetual cycle of your own emotions, your own sadness, your own guilt and frustration. All right? That's just how it is. And if you if you can sit inside of it, and I know no, it doesn't feel good experiencing, and I know that we have different stages of souls, right? As you know, as the Michael teaches us, we have the 7 different stages of souls: the infant soul, the baby soul, the young soul, the mature soul, the old soul, the transcendental soul, and the cosmic souls. Each person falls underneath one of those. I would say most of the majority of the first 5 ones live on Earth. The other 6 and 7, they visit Earth to profoundly change the concept and the mindset of human beings, to teach them something so they can carry on a tradition that helps to shift and change society as a whole. Okay? And in order for you to move, to grow, to understand this, you have to know what your soul age is. Okay? All right? Because let me tell you something, okay? When I was inside grade 3, I didn't care. All right, so even grade 6, going into grade 7. In grade 6, I thought I was at the pinnacle. I was like, yes, okay. All you grade 5s and you grade 4s and grade 3s, I'm the man here, okay? I'm the big bad guy. Y'all little toddlers, y'all just sit still. And then what hit me is when I went to junior school, I was the baby there. We were the youngsters. We got taken advantage by the 12, the 8, 7, 8, the 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12s. You got to understand your soul age. In order for you to understand that, you humble yourself. It causes you to be humble. Okay? Cause you to say, you know what? Let me operate a particular way. And I say that to say that even when it comes to being a victim, even when it comes to experiencing these karmic experiences, that also ties into relationships. You are only going to experience what you're supposed to. All right? You're only going to experience what you're supposed to. Say, Ashima said on that note, would you be able to read my chart here? Only if you, no, because we're going to have a conversation actually. So that means that you have to message me on either Instagram or Messenger. And I'm constantly checking my messengers, both of them, to see you send a message. And if I don't see any, then I continue with my conversation. And you're ready, just send a message. And we'll be right here. I like to have a dialogue. So dialogues are important. It gives me feedback because some of these placements, even though I've done over 200 and something thousand charts, there are certain things that I've never seen before. I haven't seen everything. There are things that your chart may have that is totally different. Okay. Spirit Moon said, my soul is ready to evolve. I forgive myself and all parties involved. I don't want to do this again. Oh, so you can message me on Messenger. That way I can call you. I can call you. My messenger is Leslie, that's Leslie, Tametryo, Tametryo Brown. If you're on Instagram, then you can message me on at Astro, Astroeinstein, Quantum Healer. That's Sastroeinstein Quantum Healer. Okay? Oh, thank you, Jessica. So we got to talk about these things because I look around and I see on social media and all I see is a bunch of damn victims, man. Like all I see is, oh, you cheated on me. This guy cheated on me, so I'm going to post his ass on you this. Guess what? I'm married. He's a husband. And he cheated on me with multiple women. And I see other guys, well, she robbed me. She was married to me for 3 years, and then she took half of my money. And I can't stand this bitch. I be seeing a lot of victims. Leslie Tametryo Brown. Yes. Tametryo Brown. That's me. Yes, ma'am. All right. I'm going to check my spam constantly just to see if you're sending. If not, to send a request. Please, people, stop being victims. You are only causing a cycle of reincarnation to happen over and over again where you experience the exact same things. Please stop it. Okay? Please stop it. It would be in your best interest to experience and release. Experience and release. All right? Is Lesli. Wait, if you're talking about Instagram or Facebook. If you're on Instagram, it's Sastroeinstein Quantum Healer. All right? Sastroeinstein Quantum Healer. Give me a second. Terribly sorry, y'all. So, yes, Leslie Tametryo Brown on Facebook. That's me right there. Thank you very much, Ray. I appreciate you. All right. So, we have to stop being victims. What I mean is that you go through what you go through, grieve about it, and release it. Now, I'm not talking, see, a victim is, see, what we talking about is, because people say like, victim shaming. I don't believe in victim shaming. I believe that we also cannot dictate. We also can't dictate exactly when a person can release any kind of emotions. But I'm saying that you have to. Oh Lord, this phone in the background. You have to learn that there's a timeline of releasing. Find yourself releasing emotions. Don't hold on to them. Okay, that's as best as I could possibly say it. Okay. All right. Let me see. So if you're looking to send those messages, that is all that I'm going to be doing, right? You said time limit. Yeah, some people put time limit on their experience. Um, I, I'm, I don't have any. Oh, I thought you guys could hear me. So, so let me tell you the story. All right. When it comes, when it comes to 9 years ago, if y'all heard that part, I'm gonna just tell you right now. I had a client 9 years ago, and we did a passive regression. In the regression, her now husband in this lifetime, I don't know if they're still married now, her now husband was her father. And her father used to beat the shit out of her. Used to beat the crap out and hating men. As a matter of fact, she even married because she had to And she had a chance to assist her husband at that point in time, in that lifetime, to help him when he got injured, and she watched him die. Fast forward to this lifetime. So she held on to that victimhood in that lifetime, and then she came into this lifetime. Okay? And in this lifetime, she was married, gave her bruises, all sorts of stuff. Okay? All right? Got a lot of bruises for being in a relationship with her husband. He beat her so much that herself, I don't know if they're still together now. I haven't seen them in years. But when we did the regression, it showed that her victimhood, the emotions she felt in her lifetime, carried on into this, which means that she literally needed to release those emotions. That's right. It's not the action that creates karma. She was a very rude child, very rebellious, did the opposite to what the father said. Whooping a child's ASS is what is need to happen. We've now found different methods of rearing a child. But she never took an accountability to think. And she now takes accountability for that lifetime. What I'm saying to y'all is, please stop being victims. Stop holding on to these emotions from these relationships that you have, whether it be from your mom, your dad, your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your teacher, your friend, your associates, whatever it is, or change or had that lifetime. The only thing you remember is, I was born 5 years old and you're growing up. You won't get the opportunity to see or know unless you do a past life regression or quantum healing session. This is why I be adamant about it. This is why I'm very apathetic about people who are perpetuating this. I'm a victim. He did this to me. She did this to me. Stop it. That's why you're in this cycle of reincarnation right goddamn now. I'm just tired of it. I'm sick of it. Because as long as y'all are still doing it, that's how long I got to keep on reincarnating on this motherfucker. That means I got to keep on coming here because y'all ain't listening. The reason why is because what happens? I'm right here feeling like y'all ain't listening. The anger, the frustration have me here with you guys as well. Okay, so we got the message. I'm gonna add you, and then I'm gonna message you. Okay. Can you hear me now? So, Ashna, this is me calling you. I don't know if you can hear this. You have Ashna, if you're watching me from YouTube, you have to turn your notifications on Messenger because I'm calling you right now. That's me calling you. Well, I guess not. But like I said to you guys, please stop being victims. Favors. I don't like to hear it. All that is a reason to do the same shit over and over again. Don't make no sense to me. Ashima, if you get opportunity, so yeah. All right. So if you message back, then we could go to that. I have some people. Oh, it's nighttime in India, or you're in India. I also sent you a friend request. So it's sort of like a message, a call. All right, that's how we do it. And that's why you say the you don't normally follow Western. Message me your information. Let's see if we can have the conversation here since you're asleep. So send your date of birth, your time of birth, your place of birth, your exact time of birth, that is, your exact place of birth, your exact date of birth. I got your name. And we're going to have a conversation. Okay? And I also sent you a friend request. I believe that excuses are reasons for perpetual downsiding. That's what I think. That's my true belief of it. And I'm sticking with that story because that's what I feel it is. When there's always a wiggle to get a woggle, you're going to always find a reason to wiggle woggle. Wiggle woggle wiggle. All right? Period. I think I got somebody else sent a friend request. I'll send a message. So let's go. Okay. All right. So we got. So you send the questions here. Ashna. Ashna. Did I pronounce it right? I just want to make sure I said it correctly. All right. Let's go. Let's pull up your chart. Gonna go with your full name. AASHNA. Can everybody stop calling me, please? Maybe my phone or do not disturb. This is getting crazy. All right. So and let me try to spell your last name. Your last name is, I don't know if I can pronounce it. That's why I would like to hear your voice. Tahrana. Date of birth, April 6th, 1988. Happy belated birthday, I think. 1988. You were born 5:38 p.m. One thing I like about India is they don't play around when it comes to time of birth. Location is Sirsa, Haryana. Okay, I see it. All right, so let's take a look at the chart. All right. So, one second, everybody. All right. Sorry, y'all. Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. Anyway, So this is the chart. And you're a Libra rising. Senate, I don't know what your three questions are. Because I don't see your three questions. So if you have three questions, that's what we're doing. And we're not doing a full natal chart reading. This is just three questions. According to this chart, you have Moon in Sagittarius. Your Venus is in Gemini in the ninth house. Normally people like you are Sapo sapiens. Your Sun is in Aries in the seventh house, and so is your Mercury. Your Mars is in Capricorn, which normally means, especially 29th degree, you're normally instinctively attracted to mature men, especially from your country, area that you live. Partnership wise, you're very partner oriented. You like doing things with people. Even though you're a natural loner, you're a teacher by heart. Your Pluto's in the second house, so you have a fear of not having enough money, finances. So it's one of your fears is not being rich, not having enough money. Also, it causes you to live beyond your means. Most people have Pluto in the second house normally are bougie. They even if they come from a particular place, they have a standard that they have to have a president. All right. Juno is inside Taurus. Jupiter is there conjuncted, which means that your husband, if you're not married already, may have started off in a poor family but ended up rich, or maybe rich and ending up poor. So I see here. Also, there's a lot of different things. You're noticing Pisces sitting in the seventh house, the sixth house. Your purpose in this lifetime is literally to heal yourself spiritually, to be of service to people when it comes to health. Your MC is in Cancer, which represents that you're supposed to be in the area of nurturing, either nutrition, nurturing, or health, or anything dealing with real estate, property, or where's your moon? In the third house, or teaching, educating. Because your Jupiter is in Taurus, and the eighth house could be also deal with deep research, information, knowledge. There's so many different things I see here that could possibly be the outcome. But most Libra risings are some of the most beautifulest people. I say it all the time on my posts. Libra risings are aesthetically the most pleasing to everybody, as a general synopsis. All right, now whoever gets upset with that is their business. Also, the rule of your first house is in Taurus, which means that as you get older, you're gonna put on weight. Even if your family is slim, there's a possibility of you being a little. If you overindulge, you're gonna be a little bit more bigger than you expect. Okay. Also, just to give you a little tidbit of your chart, with Mars being in the fourth house at the 29th degree, there's a strong possibility that there's some missing information to your grandparents with Neptune being there. Mars in the fourth house is not comfortable. Mars, which is the planet of sex, of aggression, and danger, especially in the fourth house, means that there may be an experience that was sexually by a family member that may have been on the father's side or the mom's side, because it's sitting in the fourth house. That could possibly be. So you have both Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in your fourth house, which means that the house that you grew up in could have been a family traditional house, meaning for the grandparent or the great grandparent. And a lot of people could have gathered there as you're growing up, based on this spiritual place. Family, especially in your family, is a very spiritual, traditionally spiritual family. Dark Lilith and Virgo in the 12th house means that if on previous lifetime you were killed for being a healer, you're targeted, became a martyr. As a matter of fact, because yourself notice in Virgo, sitting in 12th house, strong possibility that in previous lifetimes you were of service to the point where you actually find yourself working and being a spiritual worker in this lifetime. It is something that you possibly go to based upon previous lifetimes over and over again. Because your Venus is in Gemini, and is sitting in the third house, you have an amazing sense of humor. Actually, you're supposed to be very funny, like to talk a bunch of foolishness. Your most toxic area is the area of money and your sense of self worth. It's where you can be very toxic when your livelihood or money is being threatened. In your family line, there is mental illness, cases of dementia, and also you can be subject to anything dealing with the ankles or feet. These are areas of concern when it comes to your health. The system, parasympathetic nervous system is also connected to the sign of Pisces, which means that this is also an area of concern physically. In your friend circle, they see you as being regal. They normally put you in a position of leadership majority of the times. You're very sensual. As a matter of fact, your sex drive is very strong. Even though you get a bouts of actually having celibacy, your Juno is in the eighth house as well. Normally means you're attracted to the tall, dark, and mysterious men. I could go on and on. You're a natural debater. Your Mercury's in Aries, but you could still be very, very indecisive. You like to give an idea. When you push back about what to do with the idea, you like to say, I don't know, whatever you guys would like to do. It's as simple as that. You're very nosy, and you need to learn every single area so you have an insatiable thirst for knowledge and wisdom. I could go on, but this isn't a regular chart. I mean, this isn't a chart reading. This is me just going over what you already told me. All right. Okay. Let me see who's next. All right. So, another example of being nosy. Well, according to your love life, if I take a look at your progress chart, we're going to see. Let me take a look at your progress chart. Love life. Everybody wants to know about love. Ooh, you're actually coming along in the area of being somebody's wife within the next 3 years. If you're in a relationship now, Are you even married? Are you married now? If not, why not? I don't know. We're gonna definitely have to take a look at that. All right, because according to this, you're supposed to be either married or getting married within the now and the next 3 years. In your progress chart, your Juno is conjunct your sun. So that's what I see when it comes to your relationship. You're at some point because your Jupiter's there, so is your Sun, so is your Juno, and your Venus is in Gemini in the eighth house. So you, damn, and it's conjunct Chiron, opposite Uranus. Gee, you got a lot of stuff going on, sugar. That could be the real reason is you having false options. But I do see it here. Um, your fifth house, because you're now a Scorpio rising, and you have Pisces there in your north onion. So you're supposed to go through some illusional romantic relationships. Your north node is sitting inside your fifth house. Conjunctus arrest. So I see, based upon this, because your Neptune is in Capricorn, regressed, that you are going to experience some karmic relationships. So very sweet, short, but very karmic romantic relationships. If you're not experiencing it already. Okay. All right. Anyway, but all right. That's it, guys. That's me for the day. Okay. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. It's 2:23. Thank you for tuning in. You know, it's gonna be another day that I do this. I'll probably be on tomorrow. All right. It's probably gonna be tomorrow. Until then, y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Okay. Is that? And night.
We love you, Junior.
Junior going crazy. When you need a case cracked, who you gonna call? Astro crime unit, put you on a pedestal.